Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So today, honestly this was one of the most annoying updates. So, they've added this, which is essentially the more friends you have on, the better things, the better stuff you get. So referrals, if you invite players you can get stuff, which honestly feels like kind of a scam for players who don't have many friends on the game. I think the best way to do it is either create a ton of vaults or ask people um, if they will add you and then let you invite them back to the game. And you can do the same for them so that both of you get one progress on it. You cannot invite the same person multiple times. I tried that. Overall, the ACR is quite good. Next to no recoil, it 3 taps the head if the target does not have armor. Um, they fixed the hybrid scope, finally. So, the dot is now centered. Before it used to be below. And honestly, that is so much better for pretty much everything I use. I put on the M40 because of the fact that I need it. I swapped to Barrett to the hybrid so that it doesn't give glare, and then the M40 is going to be for extreme long distance. Oh yeah. They added the Riptide gun skin, this one. Which, honestly, I think it looks real nice. It looks good. You get that for inviting 4 friends. And it can go on any weapon. So, not my AUG. M111. Gun camo. Yeah, this is what it looks like on, like, a M111. M110, not M111. Bruh. I'm probably gonna put the Riptide on the Grand as well. Nah, Dragon Scale looks better. But yeah, that's all for the weapons side of things. But of course, there's a new aircraft. So, Operation Air Dominance. Keep the capture point for 30 minutes. That's, I think, roughly how long it takes. Yeah, that's exactly how long. You have to hold point for 30 minutes total. And it's not like, yeah, it starts and then it's on and off between another player. No, you have to hold it for exactly 30 minutes or more. It's quite... So, I honestly don't like this thing. It is nice that when you spawn it, it just appears way up in the sky. But this does not have flares. It doesn't have any guns, so click is to drop bombs. M is still landing gear. Yeah, you don't really have much options here. Turning on the turrets is by pressing G. And I will say, those things are insanely strong. So are the bombs. I can show you what I mean by... how strong these things are. One bomb. Yeah. Um, that's my ult space, so the turrets won't target it. I'll try and give you like a DPS example. If anyone has a shield up. There we go. Nobody in that biz, apparently. I would recommend that you turn off the turrets while you're just flying around, because otherwise, you know, like, this thing gets two-tapped by a 120mm shell. Yeah, for reference, that's like a second of fire. And only a couple turrets were used. So, the thing is strong. I don't think it has thermals, even though it kind of looked like it there. I think that was a red skin. Just like a bright red clothing. But yeah, it's quite strong, and it has two turrets on top, two turrets on bottom, and then one in the tail. I'll try and see how hard this thing is to land. But, I mean, since it spawns in the air, I have a feeling I'm gonna crash it. Oh, wait. Wait, hang on. I think... So, I saw someone say... I saw a B-29 flying around like that earlier. And I'm thinking it might be possible for me to do that on purpose. So one sec, let me... This is gonna be so stupid if it works, because... I mean, so... I'm not sure how many of you know the F-35 glitch, where you could press the hover key, H, to enter hover mode, and then fly it like a normal jet, even if the wings were already taken off. Like, if you partially crashed it, and the wings got taken off, you could press hover to... Yeah, you could press hover, and it would fly like a normal jet. So we're gonna try and... Right here? It totally can. It totally can. That is stupid. I'm not sure if it can with one wing missing, but it totally can with both. And keep in mind, the B-29 is supposed to have its lift come from propeller engines on the wings. So if there are no wings, there are no propellers, and it shouldn't be able to fly at all. Besides the fact that it just can't generate lift from its wings. So yeah, it's definitely real buggy. Two parts, two fuselage parts, two weapons parts, one rotor part. This is its speed and health stat. It's speed, health, and firepower stats. Wait, does it auto-target bridge? Oh no, that's a player. I feel like this is definitely gonna be Oh no, it does stall. Oh god. I feel like this is gonna be like the Apache, the AH-64 Apache, of jets. Kind of. It's just gonna be spammed by low skill players, who just want to attack everything in sight. Um, because its turrets auto lock, which is really annoying. It's like the low skill, high annoyance thing low that new players use just because it works. But I mean, it's a pretty cool thing. I think that the turrets should have either enemy targeting or raid mode that have to be enabled and can only. So enemy targeting would attack players when they fire a shot near it, like within a certain distance. I'm not sure how far away from the B-29 the shot would have to be. Maybe like one jet's distance. So like take a P-51 and move that distance away from the outside of every part for the B-29. Or maybe like an F-4 Phantom. Okay, let's see. It has a ladder, and you can phase straight through one of the bomb doors. Hang on. Doesn't this thing have 12 bombs? So if there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. I think these are so that it can actually target using its turrets. It has one seat. Wait, no, it doesn't. It has two seats, one pilot, and one gunner that can manually control all the turrets. So either as the pilot, you get a ton of AIs that attack enemies around you automatically, or as the gunner, you can use it to attack everything around you, like all opponents nearby. It says seats 1. Clearly, that's a lie. I'm getting this bug where my hotbar doesn't show up. I'm not sure why, though. What I was saying about the auto-targeting, or the hostile targeting. So let's say you take, a P-51's distance, or maybe like an F-4 Phantom's distance away from the nose. Maybe to like about here. And then you do that for the wings, like the end of the wing, so it's out to about here. The fuselage, so it's out to about here. And then you essentially make it so that within the area around it, like here-ish, like all this area, if there's a shot that's in it, it starts targeting the person who shot at you. And then there's raid mode, which attacks everything, or the player, or the base of the player you're above, for like a minute, maybe. Because it's definitely going to be like super annoying. to fight this thing, just standard. It's gonna be a pain to just be flying around and then this just attacks you. And the player's just, like, muted, right? Just doesn't chat, doesn't do anything. It's already quite annoying to fight, but it's manageable. You just two-hit it with tank shells. Speaking of which, I think we gotta take this over to my alt space and do a damage test. And a health test. It definitely shouldn't be attacking as soon as it spawns in. That's probably gonna get fixed. My alt disconnected, so one sec. So I think this gets two-tapped by a Moss 128mm and the 75mm. So if you're good enough, I'm pretty sure you could just chain them together to take this thing out instantly. I wouldn't recommend doing it that way. I would recommend taking one shot and then lining the second one up afterwards. Why are the bomb doors open now? Okay, so every time you get in the pilot seat, it turns on the turrets. That's really annoying and probably shouldn't happen. But let me get the tank. So, Moss. So, here's the Moss. I know that the bombs do, like, a crazy amount of damage, and they're real strong. I think it's enough to 3-tap a Moss, if not even quicker. It's 3 or 4 shots on a Moss. But I want to test out the turret's damage. So right now we're going to do this. Then we're going to move into the gunner seat. Okay, so the guns can't fire for very long. And that was only 2 of them shooting at all. And now the gun doesn't work. Huh. Okay, let's test the damage. So this is a Moss 128mm. 35% health left, so it did 55 damage. A Moss can in fact 2-tap it, which, when it's so slow and so big, I don't think that's going to be a very hard way to take it out. tank anti-aircraft isn't too bad. Yes, it's hard and takes some skill and a lot of practice, but it's not too bad. Yeah, I think it's a pretty good jet. Um, Overall, I'm giving the B-29 like maybe a B tier because the B-29 doesn't have flares. It's slow, easy to hit, and only takes 2 tank shells to kill. However, it's also very strong. Um, and it does a lot of damage. It's it also fills its purpose as a raiding jet very well. So, yeah, B tier. It's decent but situational. Uh, ACR, pretty fast fire rate. 6 to the body, 3 to the head for 100 damage. 30 ammo, and it can use a ton of different attachments. ACR is probably a solid A tier. I would put it under the FAL above the MSR. Yeah, below FAL, above MSR Spear, and uh G3 probably. I think it's also stronger than the Bren. For its goal purpose. I think it's pretty comparable to the AUG. Yeah, comparable to the AUG A3. I think that's gonna be it for today. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.